Price Force back at you with another video. And this video, the topic's gonna be Jesus got demoted for us. And I'm gonna tell you how he got demoted. And I'm just gonna go over one verse today. So since today was Easter, I decided to do a video. So Hebrews chapter 2, verse 9. But we do see Jesus, who was made lower than the angels for a little while, now crowned with glory and honor because he suffered death, so that by the grace of God, he might taste death for everyone. And that's the only verse I'm going over today. So you can see, it say he was made a little lower than the angels. And of course, right now, he's crowned with glory. He's like the champion in heaven right now. So you all know how sin got into the world. And he ate that fruit. Sons want to blame the woman. Sons want to blame the man. It's pretty much don't really matter who fault it was. What matters, sin into the world because of them. And now we gotta deal with the consequences of hell if we die. So pretty much, without Jesus, you're basically going to hell. So God needed a savior. Before Jesus came to earth, the only thing we could do was make animal sacrifices. So lambs, rams, cows, doves, we sacrificed them because we didn't have the ultimate sacrifice back then. But when Jesus came, we no longer needed to do all that sacrificing. Sure hope they ate the animals though, because sacrifice the animal and just leave it there to die would have been a waste of meat. I'm pretty sure they ate the meat. But anyway, just think of yourself. Let's say you're like the king or the president of the country, depending on what country you're in. You're the head. Whatever you want done to the country, it happens. You control the laws. But all of a sudden, you get demoted. And when I mean demoted, you get demoted to like working a minimum wage job. That's pretty much how it was with Jesus when he came to earth. He was the son of God, the top in heaven. But he got demoted to being a human. In order for him to sacrifice for us, he had to become us. He came to this earth. He was born a baby. He became a toddler, a kid, a teenager, an adult. Just like any other human before him and after him. He had to deal with people doing him wrong, spitting in his face, talking down on him. I mean, this is the Son of God, but people run him over. Some people literally attack him, slap him in his face. But in the Bible, it never actually say he attacked any of them. The only time he lost his temper was in that temple. They was pretty much gambling in that temple. So Jesus pretty much got mad, turned the tables over. He swung a whip at him. It never said he actually hit him though. So he had to deal with struggles too. As a human, because he got demoted to being a human. So just picture this, you're the king of the world. The king of the whole world. There's never been a king of the world, but I'm saying it. And you could do anything you want. You never have to worry about being arrested. And you're a trillionaire. You are a trillionaire, but let's say you gave your money away. You stepped down. and you start working a minimum wage job, whatever the minimum wage is right now. What is the minimum wage? It's like $8 an hour, something like that. It changed so much. So you went from having $1 trillion in your bank account, but you gave away, then you went low minimum wage, so now you're getting paid low. That's how it was for Jesus. I'm pretty sure there was times he really didn't want to do it, but it needed to be done. I couldn't imagine being Jesus, being bossed around by your parents. Must have been really rough. Having a little brother, little sister. He did have brothers and sisters. At least say he had sisters in the Bible. He had to deal with them making a lot of noise. They may have even attacked him at some points in his life. They don't say much about his relationship with his brothers and sisters. But I'm just speculating what he probably went through. But we know what he went through. He had a friend betray him. Judas betrayed Jesus. And the thing is, Jesus knew it was going to happen. But he didn't do anything about it. It needed to happen. Then there was Peter. Peter's like, oh, I got your back, Jesus. Anybody comes, attack us, I'll die with you. But Jesus wasn't impressed by his speech because Jesus knew that he's going to deny him 3 times before the rooster crowed. Sure enough, Peter did deny him 3 times. And then when that rooster crowed, he realized, he remembered, and he started crying. Herod and Pilate, they took him to that cross. They had him executed. He was beaten with whips. He had his hands and his feet, I believe, nailed to the cross. And he took that beating all because people didn't like him. He didn't do anything wrong. He was innocent. He was being treated like robbers, murderers, rapists, you name it, any crime. He was being treated like that. And he didn't do nothing. He was better than any human that ever lived, ever has lived, ever will live. He was better than all of them. But he's being treated low. So this was a demotion for Jesus right here. But if you were to ask Jesus, was it worth it? He'll say, yes, it was. He did it for you. I think of this. Jesus did that for me. He did that for you. Then he died. He was taken to the temple. He was placed there. And on the 3rd day, he got up from that temple and he walked away. He came back to his friends. Thomas was doubting him. He introduced himself again to Thomas after his resurrection. And because Thomas saw him, he believed. He hung around a while on the earth before ascending to heaven. Around 500 people saw him. And now, he's the champion. He's our champion, our Father. So that demotion that he did for us, it was worth it. So I hope you like this video. If you ever want me to do any topics, just leave comments down here, and if I feel I could answer those questions on that topic, I'll answer it. But with that being said, happy Easter. Bye for now.